All right, welcome back. Well, more like welcome to Telltale's The Game of Thrones, or Telltale's Game of Thrones, whatever. It's great already. I have played this before, but it has been quite some time, and also I freaking know jack diddly squat about Game of Thrones for the most part. I mean, I started to watch season 3 and then I just stopped. But who cares? Doesn't matter. Let us just get into this one. Yes, the Northerners will never forget. Yes, Tyrion.
The trout in the towers, the wolves dropped the fish and they all ran away. The trouty flopped off, but I was the another war the fray. Two weddings brought on by beheadings, and diving cooks for me. Two weddings
Also, this
brought on by
freaking
beheadings,
game will apparently maybe
The great
have some
Jamie Lannister,
weirdness
Kingslayer, oath
on
breaker,
PS5.
brought to his knees by the men of the North.
And set free by the women. You'd think he'd done it himself the way he tells it. Lord Forrester's sword won't clean itself, you know.
Nice bloody sword. Scrape it off, yes.
Make sure it's spotless this time. Lord Forrester won't be happy with blood and brains.
And just one swipe and we're clean.
Now that's a proper sword.
I'll have one like it myself someday.
You'll never have a sword like that. I say that as a friend. And if we're being honest, you are just a squire.
I will. You'll see.
Of course, your lordship. After you take your rightful place on the Iron Throne.
I had a hand in it, you know.
A hand in what?
Capturing him.
Silence.
He was
It's always a
nowhere
bad
near the
option.
Kingslayer at the Whispering Wood. He was so drunk he barely made it out of his tent. Next, he'll tell us he caught Tyrion, too.
You think he's lying?
No one never lets the truth stand in the way of a good story.
You captured the Kingslayer.
Aye. Well, I had a hand in it.
Aye. A hand round his ankle as 10 others took him down.
See? What do I tell you?
I brought him to his knees.
Lord Forrester.
But not before he dragged you halfway across the battlefield on your face.
You're questioning Norrin's honor.
I'm questioning Norrin's story. Which grows more far-fetched every time he tells it.
Get your liege lord some wine. Go on. It's your job.
Right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Garrett. I'll do it.
Okay, no problem.
Norrin's family has faithfully served House Forrester for centuries. His honor is beyond reproach, and House Tully is forever in his debt. They've never seen a field ploughed so well as the day the Kingslayer dragged poor Norrin across the battlefield.
Ha 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 ha. So
Let your
funny.
cup. Tonight we celebrate. To Robb Stark, the King in the North!
The King in the North!
Tomorrow, we march on Casterly Rock, and House Forrester has been given the greatest honor to lead the Young Wolf's army and ride as the vanguard!
The gods have favored us. Onward to Casterly Rock!
Aye! Death to the Lannisters! Aye!
The North remembers!
Aye!
Garrett,
Yes, my lord?
Everything's
need
going
you
too well.
to keep an eye out for Roderick. As his father, I could not be more proud of the man he's become. On a night like this, men find false courage at the bottom of their cups. I'd rather he were here.
Yes, my lord.
There's also the question of what's to be done with you. It's been on my mind for a while now. Something must be done.
With me, my lord.
You've served House Forrester well for several years now, but I can't expect you to squire forever. How shall I reward your loyalty? What can I offer you? You served me well.
Let me fight for you, my lord.
You've more than proven your ability on the battlefield. No man would question that. There were those who had their doubts when your uncle put forth your name as my squire. But you've erased those doubts entirely. It would be an honor to see you riding by Roderick's side in the vanguard tomorrow. Not as a squire, but as the equal of any man who serves House Forrester. It's well deserved, Garrett. Your hard work has paid off.
Thank you, my lord. I promise. I won't let you down.
That I don't doubt. But for now, keep this between us. We're celebrating
I mean,
tonight. I wouldn't
do we
want
know
the
how
other
to fight?
squires to feel discouraged.
Yes, my lord.
Now go, and find Roderick if you can.
I will, my lord. Thank you.
I guess you always practice in the meantime. If you seek a battle, you work on your sword fighting
Squire.
skills.
Fetch us more wine.
Can you give me a hand? Come on. Can I get up to you?
Yeah, no problem.
I have been a squire longer than you.
So?
I outrank
So,
you. You should help me.
okay, well, you don't need to be a dick about it.
Fetch more wine, scrub my armor, clean my boots. Just my luck to end up with Norin while you serve the Lord. Let him fetch his own wine for once. He's a drunk, a liar, and an arrogant prick.
You'd better watch your tongue, Bowen. It could be much worse.
What the fuck do you know about it? Nothing is worse than Norin. See, that's where you're lucky. Low expectations. If I'd grown up covered in pig shit, shoveling slop, well, maybe I'd think saddling his horse was the greatest honor in the Seven Kingdoms. I suppose this beats pig farming. But not by much.
Who doesn't love bacon?
Ah, pig farmers. All I'm
Okay,
saying
it was
is,
a bit random.
at this rate, we'll never be more than this, which is nothing. The lowest of the low. For all I know, we could be squires for life. All in wine around a fucking wedding. What a waste of fucking time.
Give it time. You'll get there.
Not easy for you to say. Maybe if my uncle were castellan at House Forrester, I'd feel different.
Who my uncle is has nothing to do with it. How much further?
Not sure
That's
about
right
that.
over there.
Between Stronghold House of Frey, the Red Wedding. Oh, God. I never made it to the Red Wedding,
Take
so
your
I
time.
don't know what will ever happen there,
You lot
surely.
have drunk your share. Good thing Lord Walder's in a generous mood.
Fucking phrase.
Nice night for a wedding.
Swords on hilts, not good.
Often he finds a willing husband for one of his daughters.
Okay, preparing crossbows. Good, good.
Don't expect me to carry it for you, Sir Garrett. What? What's wrong? What's gotten into you? You're acting rather odd. You've had too much wine.
We need to get back. Now.
They're fine, they can wait.
No, you don't understand. We need to go.
And take the fucking flagon already.
What's wrong with him? Something the matter?
Bowen, we have to go.
You go if you're in such a rush.
We have to
Okay.
warn the others.
Good luck.
Oh, Well, thank you. I think it's a little late for warning now, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, well. No, thank you.
Ready, boys? Whoa! Shoot that one!
Oh, man. Why? Oh.
Look out!
Oh, great, great. Quality wagon. This obviously isn't made of ironwood, that's for sure. Excuse me. Sorry. No, thank you. Strong grip, man. Go. Whoa. Oh, God. He's probably fine. You know, yeah. Someone's in battle, you can freaking call out to them like that. Oh.
Good fucking riddance.
Garrett, did you find Roderick?
Speak up, Garrett.
Did you see him or not?
The Freys. They slaughtered him, my lord.
Where's my squire? You didn't leave him, did you? What happened to him? Speak up, boy.
I had to leave him. I had no other choice.
Find a weapon, quickly!
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Walter Frey, you fucking traitor!
Go, my lord, while there's still time.
Seven hells.
We have to keep moving, my lord.
I'd never make it. They'll hunt us down like dogs.
Walter Frey says time's over.
Guard this with your life. Return it to Ironrath, where it belongs. There's no time to waste. I'll be damned if I let it fall into the hands of those traitors.
Walter Frey says
You have to go.
backstage, you're welcome to the fucking torch.
I will do as you command, my lord.
You have served me well. I know I can count on you. Tell your uncle. Tell him. The North Grove must never be lost. Tell no one but him. Do you understand? You must swear. Tell only your Uncle Duncan. The future of the house may depend on it.
I swear that I will, my lord.
Hey,
It's those foresters!
On your honor, you must do this for your house. Go!
Kill those fucking foresters!
Yeah, he has a problem of looking back. When he says, hey, you should run away, you don't stand there like a deer in headlights. You gotta run and don't look back. Episode 1, Iron from Ice. Well, I think that wedding went down with a smash. Oh, okay. No one following. Good, good. A pig. Oh, a dead pig. Bacon? Hmm? I mean, that's probably not good. Oh, and fire. Even better. Cart overturned. Everything is looking up, I say.
That's Father's car.
Not Father's.
Lord Bolton better give us fucking titles for this.
Winter may
Lord
be coming,
Bolton.
but at least he'll have his bacon.
See, bacon. Oh, God.
Move along, boy. There's nothing for you here.
Father.
I said move on. Unless you want to get fed to the fucking pigs.
I'm going to kill you.
Is that so? You can try if you like, and then we'll feed you to the pigs.
Get off my land!
This is Bolton land now, boy. Lord Bolton is the new Warden of the North. I reckon he'd like a proper lordly sword like that.
A great sword is much different from a regular sword. Also, you should never take your eyes
I'll
off the
have that
opponent.
sword, boy.
Aye. You'll have it.
All right. Finish this fucking pig farmer.
Pathetic.
You really are a pig farmer.
More range. Ooh, through the neck. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, my hair. Oh, thank you.
Mercy. Please. I beg of you. I have a family. They'll never survive without me. I have no quarrel with you. I was only following orders. No, please!
Lord Whitehill will see you hang for this. That much I promise.
Father?
Garrett, you survived.
I'm also bleeding through
Your
the
sister.
thigh. Can't forget that.
She hid. I tried to stop them.
Oh. Well, at least he lived
I'll
long
kill
enough to
the
tell me
man who did
that.
this.
Oh, okay. Einra, stronghold of House Forster.
It's Garrett! Get the Castellan! Tell him his nephew survived!
Garrett!
I was too late. They were already dead.
Bring the Maester! Meet us in the Great Hall! Quickly!
Two Whitehill soldiers?
And a Bolton. They killed my family. And for what? My sister, she was only 8 years old.
This never would have happened with the Starks in power. It's unimaginable. Unacceptable. You have my condolences.
Thank you, Maester.
The blade cut deep, but I should be able to save your leg.
Oh, thank God. If you lose a leg,
Your
that's pretty
justice
much
was swift.
death
Some will call it
sentence.
vengeance. No doubt the Whitehills will claim it was murder. It was your family. I can't say I would have done any different than you. But the Whitehills won't see it that way.
It was justice. They got what they deserved.
They did indeed. We can't let the Whitehills just walk all over us. These maggots ought to help prevent infection.
Oh, maggots in the wound.
Hold the wound open for me, would you?
I mean, I know that is a real method. A little archaic now, but it does work. I'm not sure I would typically enjoy having things crawling around
These are
in my
dark
flesh.
days, I fear. To lose the lord of the house and the eldest son through such a despicable act of treachery and betrayal. Greater houses than ours have fallen in times such as this. The late Lord Forrester was a good man. And poor Roderick. A serious man, but he would have made a good lord.
Our house will never fall.
By the gods, let's hope you're right. The future of this house is in Lord Ethan's hands now. Although
Lord
he's
Ethan?
young and altogether unprepared to lead. Right. This might hurt a bit.
Hurt a
Hold
lot.
this for me, will you?
Oh, no problem. You want me to do your job for you? Seems like
I
you need all
understand
the
from
help.
your uncle that Lord Forrester saved your life.
He did.
Rather odd, though, that he chose to save you, his squire, and not his son Roderick. Not that Roderick couldn't handle himself. He was as good with a sword as any man I've seen. It's unfortunate the Citadel doesn't train maesters in the art of warcraft. I imagine I'd be pretty good with a sword.
Roderick had already fallen. There was nothing we could do.
Well, I'd imagine Lord Forrester would sacrifice himself to save anyone from his house, high or low. Lady Forrester will be here any moment now. I'd like you to walk for me first, to see if you can put any weight on that leg.
Oh, and it's right as rain.
Go on. Don't stop now. It's better to let the blood circulate.
Oh, and the maggots get fed more. Walk a little faster, please. We have to get that blood circulating, so we have to walk faster. Great. You can't do that. Tapestry.
Mirror. Still in King's Landing, I suppose. Although, I wonder if they'll bring her home. Lady Forrester. She's always been kind to me. Treated me like I was a Forrester myself. Ryan. Never easy being the fourth-born son. Lord Forrester. It was an honor to squire for him. Gregor the Good. Roderick. He was our best warrior by far. Talia and Ethan. I suppose Lord Ethan now. Asher. Exiled to Essos, unfortunately.
I don't know if it's a codex page. Where is that? Oh, codex. Oh boy. Do I read it? Fine. Fine. Gregor Forster, Lord of Ironrath. Lord Forster is the lord of a strong northern house and a bannerman of House Stark. As a youth, he famously arm-wrestled Galbert Glover for the privilege of becoming the man's squire. Glover later joked that he'd gladly lose the match all over again. Gregor married Elsa Branfield, a daughter of Southern Targaryen loyalists, before Robert bought them. Right? Is that it? Robert bought them? I'm sorry, all you Game of Thrones lovers. Baratheon? I know I heard that name. Seized the Iron Throne, Gregor ascended to the lordship after his father died at the Trident, and has led House Forrester during the 16 years since. Lady Elsa. They just said his name and I forgot how to say it. Forrester, Lord Forrester's wife. Alyssa Forrester was born to House Branfield, a minor southern house that was destroyed when the Targaryen dynasty fell. She had been married to Gregor for many years when Robert's rebellion signaled her family's demise. Yet she nonetheless felt conflicted between her father's loyalties and her husband's. In time, Alyssa came to feel that Ironrath was her true home, and she embraced her role as the Forrester matriarch. She was silently sworn that she'll never see her family destroyed again. Roderick Forrester, firstborn son. Lord Forrester's eldest son, Roderick, was trained from an early age to shoulder the burdens of leadership. In truth, he was built for the role, strong, charismatic, and formidable on the battlefield. When Robb Stark called his banners to war, Lord Forrester asked Roderick to stay behind and protect Ironrath, but Roderick would have none of it. Instead, he rode off at his father's side and led the Forrester cavalry with such valor that his name came to be feared amongst the ranks of Lannister soldiers. Asher Forrester, exiled second son. Asher has always been a rebellious youth, brawling in taverns, sleeping with whores, and finding ways to raise his father's ire. But his life took a dark turn when, at age 17, he fell in love with Gwen Whitehill, the eldest daughter of his father's bitter rival. Bloodshed ensued, and Lord Forster faced a grim choice: go to war or exile Asher across the narrow sea. He chose the latter. Asher remains in Essos to this day, living as a sellsword, trying not to think about the life he left behind. We can't see. No, now we can. Okay. Mira Forster, eldest daughter. Lady Forster, wanting her eldest daughter to learn the ways of a southern court, arranged for Mira to serve as a handsmaiden to Marjorie Tyrell. I'm sorry, Game of Thrones. To Mira's great surprise, she enjoyed attending on Marjorie at Highgarden and followed her to King's Landing with enthusiasm. Life in the capital has not been easy for Miria, as her straightforward northern ways are often at odds with the subtleties of court life. But she also has more guile than she realizes. Ethan Forster, third-born son, whereas his elder brothers were natural warriors, Ethan always found himself drawn to pursuits of the mind, particularly music and books. He also bore a great love for the towering trees of Ironrath, a love he still shares with his twin sister, Talia. Ethan was just a boy when House Forster joined the War of the Five Kings, but by war's end he had been thrust into a role he was unprepared for. On cool autumn evenings, Ethan can still be heard playing his lute in the Ironwood Grove. Talia Forster, second-born daughter. During her fourth pregnancy, Lady Forster dreamed she would birth a daughter with a voice like the summer rain, but as fate would have it, she gave birth to a boy. The infant, Ethan, wailed for hours until Lady Forster entered second labor, this time birthing a girl. She named the girl Talia after her own mother, and from then on Ethan hardly ever cried. Her dream came true, for there's no sound at Ironrath more lovely than that of Talia singing as her brothers play the lute. As her brother plays the lute, yes. Ryan Forster, fourth-born son. The last of the Forster children, Ryan grew up idolizing his elder siblings and spent many an hour chasing Ethan and Talia through the grove. His youth has been pleasant and shielded from responsibility, but recently Ryan's innocence has begun to fade. When the war began, Ryan was too young to understand why Roderick and his father were leaving home. But the grim realities of a house at war has been impossible to avoid, and Ryan now asks questions for which his siblings have no easy answers. Garrod Tuttle, squire to Lord Forster. Garrod was raised on stories of heroism about the likes of Arthur Dane and Simon Star Eyes. Though the son of a pig farmer, he has always inspired to be one day a warrior himself. With the help of his uncle Duncan, who had risen from low-born origins to become Castellan of Ironrath, Garrod found work in Lord Forster's stables, rising through the ranks to eventually being named his squire. Garrod has served Lord Forster throughout the long months in King Rob's army, and is ready to be a warrior in his own right. Duncan Tuttle, Castilian for Ironrath. As a boy, Duncan shared such talent for managing his family's farm that everyone assumed he'd one day take over. But Duncan was fated to run more than fields and a pig farm. In time, he struck up an unlikely friendship with Gregor Forrester, the heir to House Forrester. The two grew close, and when Gregor became lord, he named Duncan his Castilian. Many eyebrows were raised, but Duncan proved himself worthy and has served the house well in the long years since. Sir Royland Droger, Ironrath's master-at-arms, Roland Droger, joined Lord Forster's army after his family was wiped out by Ironborn during Balin Greyjoy's rebellion. Droger, or however you say it, had a natural grasp of military tactics and strategy and came to play a crucial role in the siege of Pike that ended the war. In the months that followed, King Robert awarded Roland a knighthood, and Lord Forster asked him to serve as Ironrath's master-at-arms. Sir Royland still holds the position and is known for his military expertise as well as his legendary temper. Master Tigrin? Maester, not master, maester to Ironrath, originating from a minor house in the Vale. Minister, whatever, studied at the Citadel in the hope of being assigned to the Eyrie? Sorry. But by the time he'd earned enough links on his chain to graduate from Acolyte, John Arryn had been murdered and the South was in turmoil. The Citadel ultimately assigned Maester Ortigrion to Ironrath, where he soon came to respect the Forrester family's honor and integrity. He now serves the Forresters with pride, and has become a trusted advisor to the Lord. Have we met this guy? Malcolm Branfield, Lady Forrester's brother. As a young man, Malcolm was the black sheep of the Branfield family. He liked to roam the countryside in the style of a hedge knight, refusing his father's offers of marriage and lands. Malcolm fought bravely alongside his brothers when House Branfield fell, yet he and his sister were the only two survivors. Malcolm now lives with Lady Alice's new family at Ironrath, though he still tends to disappear for weeks at a stretch. Malcolm has fathered no children, thus he is the last of the Branfield line. And finally, Ironrath, ancient seat of House Forrester. An imposing stronghold surrounded by towering ironwood trees, Ironrath marks the ancestral home of House Forrester. Built over 1,500 years ago by Cedric Forrester and his triplet sons, Ironrath is a testament to the strength and endurance of Ironwood itself. More than one visitor has called Ironrath the most striking keep in the north. Even Ned Stark was said to be envious. Ironrath sits on the edge of the largest ironwood forest in Westeros, which has proven to be a strategic advantage for the house. And we can get back to the goddamn game now.
You seem to be favoring it. Always sad to see a warrior lose a leg.
I'm fine, Maester Ortingrin. Look, I'll show you.
Look at bucket. Maggots.
Rather cute little creatures, aren't they?
No,
Yes.
no, they're not. I would say that they're not. I want to keep this bandage. Got healing herbs. You don't mind if I take these as well? Because,
This
oh,
might help.
there they go. And I'm gonna pickpocket as well. Should I show the sword to
I
him?
may be mistaken. You do seem able to put weight on it. Keep moving. I need to see you walk.
I don't think I'll show the sword to him. I have a promise to keep.
Does your leg feel weak?
No. I just wanted to ask you. Why do the Whitehills hate the Foresters?
I think it's safe to say the feeling is mutual. There's been enmity between the two houses for as long as anyone can remember. I don't doubt someone killed someone, which led to more killings of someones, and then, well, here we are.
Gesundheit. Oh.
The Whitehills want Forester Ironwood.
Ah, they'd take it all if we'd let them, especially now with the Boltons in power, and proceed to clear-cut every last inch of it until there's nothing left. Just as they've done before.
Who is the new Lord of House Forester?
Why, Ethan, of course. At the Citadel, I swore an oath to serve whichever noble house I was assigned. Advising the late Lord Forester was an honor. Advising Ethan, his third-born son, is challenging. There's still so much he has to learn, yet the very fate and future of this house rests in his hands.
Good.
Which is rather frightening when you think about it.
What will happen to me now?
Excellent question. Under normal circumstances, you could join Sir Royland and his men. Although given the circumstances of your... circumstances, it becomes a bit tricky, doesn't it? I suppose it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
Lord Forester promoted me. At the Twins, I'm no longer a squire, if that matters.
It might, I suppose. But I'll defer to Lord Ethan on this.
Can I see Ethan? Is he here?
He is, but I'm afraid he's indisposed at the moment. He prefers not to be disturbed while practicing his lute.
Oh, his loot.
Can I go now?
I believe your leg will be fine. Only time
Oh.
will tell, but... Lady Forrester.
Welcome home, Garrett.
There might have been more
We're all
to
relieved to know you survived.
Thank you, my lady.
Talia asked to see you.
Garrett, I heard what happened. Is it true? Your family... I'm so sorry.
Me too.
Off to bed now. Hurry on. Garrett was just telling me how valiantly Lord Forrester fought to the end, even when all was lost. I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know. Whatever you can recall.
You saved my life, my lady.
Yet not Roderick's.
You were with Roderick, no? I'm sure it was chaos and confusion, but if you can remember anything, I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know.
He fought valiantly, my lady.
Of course he did. He was House Forrester's best.
This has been so incredibly difficult for us, especially the children. But I was told you were the last to see my husband alive.
Yes, my lady.
I know it may be difficult to remember, but if I may ask, was there anything he said?
Any last words before he passed? If you can remember. It would mean so much to the family.
He said he loved you.
That's very kind of you to say. You have the Forester's sword.
Ethan should have it, now that he is Lord.
Lord Forrester asked me to return it to the house. He said this is where it belongs. With his family.
Thank you, Garrett.
Of course, my lady.
It demands a response.
It's too dangerous, especially now.
Now is the time to prove our strength.
I'll be sure it's given to Ethan.
Against aggression. Duncan, this was our land. They were our people. Your family.
I share your outrage, Sir Royland. I do. But now is not the time to provoke the Whitehills. Not with Ramsay Snow coming to see us bend the knee.
The hell with Ramsay Snow, the bastard.
Garrett, you understand what this means. You killed a Bolton, and Ramsay Snow will want his retribution.
We're the ones that should be demanding retribution. This happened on Forrester land.
They killed my family.
And they'll pay for what they've done. That much, I promise. But now is not the time for vengeance.
If not now, when?
We have to be smart. Ramsay Snow will be here within the week.
And what would you have us do? Nothing.
I would have us use our heads, while they're still attached to our shoulders.
Garrett has lost as much as anyone else within these walls. Maybe you can talk some sense into your uncle.
Garrett's suffered enough already. You ask too much of the boy.
He deserves to be heard. It was his family they killed.
My uncle's right. We need to be smart.
Smart. Eddard Stark was smart. And look where that got him. So, what's to be done?
Ultimately, it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
He's just a boy who can barely hold a sword. He knows nothing of how to lead men.
He is the lord of this house, and he needs our help. It's bad enough the Boltons would have us bend the knee and swear fealty. But now, this. I'll accuse you of murder, and us of protecting you.
The boy was just defending himself.
I'm not faulting him for what he did.
I'd have done the same, as any man would.
It wasn't murder. It was justice.
Not in their eyes. It's just the excuse Ramsay Snow would need to put us to the torch and kill us all.
I'd like to see them try.
I'm afraid it's a risk we cannot take, which is why you cannot stay.
Cannot stay? Duncan, the boy has suffered enough.
But where would I go?
The one place beyond the reach of even House Bolton.
The wall.
You're sending him to the wall.
The wall.
The boy's done nothing wrong.
Not in the eyes of the Boltons. I'm afraid it's the only solution. Especially now, when the house is so vulnerable. I know it doesn't seem fair, but it is what's best. To stay would bring destruction upon us all. I know that's not what you want. I know it's difficult to understand. But you must think of the house.
I'll do what's asked of me.
I know it doesn't seem fair, but it is what's best.
That settles it then.
You can have my horse, and I'll see you have plenty of food. But we haven't much time. The Whitehills will come looking for you. Were it up to me, I'd gladly drive a sword through Lord Whitehill's heart if given a chance. I would, and God's willing someday I will. But for now, I have House Forrester to consider first. Lord Forrester would be proud that you're putting the interests of the house ahead of your own. Many of Lord Forrester's best men have volunteered for the war. His own great-uncle was a ranger with the Night's Watch.
He promoted me. At the Twins. We were to ride in the van to Casterly Rock, and I at Roderick's side, but...
It was well-deserved, Garrett. You worked hard and served your lord with honor.
I've been waiting for the right moment to tell you.
What? What is it?
Lord Forrester asked me to give you a message. He said...
About time.
The North Grove can never be lost.
Sorry. You caught me by surprise. It's not often discussed, if ever.
He said tell only you.
For good reason. Most don't even know it exists. They think it's just a myth made up by wildlings and fools, and it's better kept that way. I assume you kept your word.
Indeed.
You haven't told anyone else, have you? This is important, Garrett. I need to know the truth.
Of course not. I told no one.
Well done. Lord Forrester was right to put his trust in you. From this day forward,
This will be our secret. But soon, I may need your help.
But
I can't say anything more just yet. Just know the North Grove may very well be vital to the future of this house. But don't breathe a word of it to anyone at the wall. Become a ranger if you can. It will help.
Okay.
Iron from ice.
iron from ice.
Remember, you represent House Forrester. Your actions at the wall will reflect the honor and dignity of the house.
I'll serve with honor.
I know you will.
We'll see about that until, you know, 2 episodes in I totally stab someone in the back or something.
Garrett, wait!
Oh, thank you.
Be safe.